Hi, I'm Pam Kelso. 40 years ago, when I was 18 years old, I was in the midst of ballet, what I thought was going to be my career. Ended up with a bunion at age 18, went to have it taken care of, and it ended up being a very, very barbaric procedure to the point where I came in to see the doctor. I actually brought the pin that was in my foot for my first surgery, and this was sticking out of the top of my foot, just like that, except right here in the middle of my foot. And at 18 years old, it was pretty scary for the 6 to 8 week healing process, and knowing that this pin was eventually going to have to come out of my foot. And I had to think about that, doctor, for 6 to 8 weeks, and you really build up a lot of anxiety about this pin coming out. And when that day finally came, I can tell you that the doctor told me it was not going to be a painful event. And I'm going to tell you that it was a very painful event. The doctor said he was going to count to 3, 1, 2, 3, and he was going to pull the pin out. And on the first attempt, the pin didn't move and it stayed in my foot. And I just remember my mom sitting over in the corner because, again, I was 18 years old. And I thought my mom was going to pass. The second attempt, the pin came out, and I said to myself, and I said to my parents, that I would never in a million years have my other done. Fast forward 40 years later, my other bunion, I would like to say, stayed in kind of a dormant state, and over the past 2 years it came to life. I was fortunate enough to find Dr. Wadera through a friend of mine at Planet Fitness, and it was my understanding that it would be a minimally invasive procedure that would not involve this dreaded pin. And look at how beautiful my foot is. This is 5 weeks after surgery, and I walked out of here in a surgical boot. Now, 40 years ago, I was in a cast for 6 weeks, and also in a walking boot for 2 weeks. So it was a 6 to 8 week healing process. Now, I walked out of the doctor's office in a surgical boot the same day of my surgery, and 3 weeks later, in my hoka, walking out of here. Very happy camper. Back at the gym, and I'm ecstatic. I'm very, very pleased with the end result of my second bunion surgery. This was the first thing I pulled out of my purse to show you what I was afraid of. I've had other patients come up to me that have recently had bunion surgery, and they have asked me, do I have a pin and a screw in my foot? And I've been able to say, no, I do not. There's nothing in there. I'm walking my dog 4 miles a day. I don't have bunion pain anymore. It was excruciating. I was in the type of pain that was keeping me awake at night. That is how severe the pain was. No bunion pain whatsoever. Thank you. I'm so excited.